Like he said, my name is Emily Ingram. So I wanted to thank you all for being here today. I'm 21 years old and go to Baylor University, and like many of you here, I have cystic fibrosis. No two CF patients are the same, so I can only tell you about my CF journey and how CF has affected my life personally. I was diagnosed when I was 2 weeks old. Since then, I've had ups and downs, like most of y'all. I do 3 to 4 breathing treatments a day and try and exercise 5 days a week. Treatments and exercise work my lungs so that I can cough up excess mucus and keep my lungs healthy. There are times when I would love to skip treatments and pretend I don't have CF. I mean, what would it hurt to skip 1 or 2 treatments and to live a normal schedule? But I know that's not a wise decision. Breathing treatments sustain me and keep my lungs healthy as possible for as long as possible. The reason I'm able to stand up here today and talk to y'all and able to run and dance and walk around. I also take around 35 pills a day. Thankfully, I've learned to swallow 8 pills at a time, so it's not a huge inconvenience. These pills digest my food since I cannot digest anything on my own, and they keep me healthy. I also receive IV antibiotics several times a year to fight off bacteria in my lungs. I'm actually doing IVs right now. I started on Tuesday. A few years ago, I had a port placed to make IV treatments easier and overall just to make the whole process a lot easier. My home health nurse can come to my apartment and access my port, and she can leave it accessed so that I can get medication and get blood drawn whenever I need to. I've also had more surgeries than I can count, including a few sinus surgeries, a lobectomy to remove part of my right lung, bronchoscopies, endoscopies, port placement, port readjustment, and an embolization to stop a lung bleed. I'm kind of a pro at surgeries, but that's all a part of living with CF. CF can be overwhelming. I don't think I need to tell y'all that twice. I haven't even touched the surface about how it feels to physically not be able to breathe, or how nauseous the IVs make me, or how isolating it can be to have a disease that no one really knows about, or how I really despise coughing in public. However, CF is not my identity, nor is it where I find my life. I'm so much more than just a CF patient. Like I said, I go to Baylor University. I'm majoring in speech pathology and minoring in linguistics with the hopes of being a speech therapist one day. I've maintained a 4.0 GPA so far. Fingers crossed that that'll continue. I'm very involved in my church in Waco as well. And I just love learning more about God with that family. I'm also involved in Sigma Phi Lambda, which is a Christian sorority at Baylor. So cystic fibrosis is not my life, and while I have to take care of myself, and I do emphasize that I really have to try hard to take care of myself, and I also have to be more cautious than most people, I am so much more than my disease. CF is rough, as most of you probably know, but I think one of the most important ways to handle this disease is to have a strong and loving support system. I know that has helped me tremendously, especially since I've entered college and I'm trying to figure out how to handle the real world. My family is a key part to my support system. They love me and they are just so encouraging, and they stay with me when I'm in the hospital, and they help me when CF threatens to overwhelm me. At Baylor, I'm also surrounded by some pretty amazing people. My roommates love me and care for me. My connection group from church make me laugh and challenge me in a multitude of ways. My Sigma Phi Lambda sisters truly understand what it looks like to serve others, and so many other people, wonderful people who have just encouraged me and helped me along my journey. Finally, I know I could not handle the difficulties of cystic fibrosis without the hope, joy, and love of Christ. I'm continually amazed at his faithfulness. I know I can trust him no matter what's going on in my life. So thank you all again for being here today. It means the world to me, as well as to all the other CF patients. With your help, we can find a cure for cystic fibrosis, and I can't wait for that day.
Well, if that's not a superhero, I don't know one, and a total blessing from above, Emily Ingram. What a story. Great, great job, young lady. There's a special place for you in God's heaven. And right here on earth, we're going to whip this disease just for the Emily Ingrams of the world. We have a few other superheroes today here.